Hey Sag, good to see ya. Let's dive into your energy and see what we find there. Pull up a seat, come hang out, and let's ride this shit out, man, and see what's in store for you. This is for any Sagittarius placement, or if you have a prominent placement in the 9th house. Hey, if you are a Gemini rising, that makes you a Sagittarius Descendant. So even if you're just drawn to this message, there could be something here for you. We do have quite a bit going on with Jupiter at this time, so all of the collective is tapping a bit into that Sagittarian energy, as well as the Pisces energy. Pisces shares Jupiter as a ruler. Oh, just as I say that, we get on the split the Pie Knight with Sex Witch and Octopus here. Something you recently freed yourself from. They're left here like what? No more pie? No more pie. Getting a little grabby there. I had to cut it off. I had to cut off your supply, man. All right, let's see what this is, Sag. Or it could have just been somebody grabby for your energy. All right. Let's see what this is, Sagittarius. Get some more details for you. You make a mean apple pie. Somebody makes a mean apple pie. I just want a slice. Really, that's all. Just a slice, cup of coffee, maybe Alamo. Doesn't need to be anything more than that, does it? You know it's a ruse. You know it's a ruse. Oh, something wanted to come out and then it went back in. I don't know what that is. Something wanted to come out but went back in. Maybe you already pulled out. They want you to come back in. Somebody doesn't want you to pull out. Ooh, okay. Be careful, man. Don't get caught up if you ain't wanting to get caught up there, okay? Or you could have been pulling out of the driveway and then somebody, threw on the hysterics, threw on a theatrical performance, convinced you to come back. You were just about out of Dodge and now you find yourself chained to the same old post, wondering, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? All right, let's see what this is, Sagittarius. Or somebody could be feeling this way about you. I don't know. These are the themes. I'm picking up a baseline energy here as I'm tapping in. Oof. Yeah. I just feel like whoever this is, this person doesn't do it for you. Like, you can't even get turned on enough to open this up. Yeah, I don't know. You really are not interested here. I don't feel like you want to open up this door of opportunity. It's not what excites you. There's something about something you saw in this situation that really made you decide you wanted to be completely finished with it. Like, it was very clear, this is not my door of opportunity. I think you're in a place of contemplation right now. I mean, it says here, this card is definitely about sex. And I think you do have this on your mind, but you're also kind of considering, do you really want to start something up with someone who just got you hung up before, like the hangman, This is a lot of contemplation around your next moves. And I do see with this snake medicine here on the crown, there is some kind of activation going on, like you're looking at things differently, especially when it comes to who you want to connect with on that level. There is somebody you got your sights set on, though, and I think, you're ready to get up to bat with that. You're feeling a bit goatish about it. You got resilience for the road. Maybe it won't be the easiest. It won't be the easiest to secure, but you feel like you got what it takes to make the climb, and you're determined here. Could be around a Capricorn, it's possible. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. I feel like you're contemplating a beginning here. You're wondering, should I crack open this egg? You know, should I crack open this egg of opportunity? What will I hatch if I actually crack this open here? Am I going to regret this? Am I going to feel like I wasted a bunch of time exploring this route? I feel like I already wasted a lot of time. I thought, you know, it would lead to something. Didn't really offer me much, you know? All right. What do we got here? Yeah, there's something about time. Like you feel like something's just been taking forever. You might be feeling a little sorry for yourself. There's a little bit of kind of like a martyr act here. Okay, Galaxy Dad, you know? It's like getting the call but not answering it and staying in a place of indecision so long, like, should I hatch this opportunity? Should I not? That now it's like the opportunity is spoiled, the egg's spoiled, you know, it's been sitting there too long. It's no longer even usable. Yeah, because of this, you know, a pupa vomiting on cats. It's sort of like all this creative potential, all that could have happened, didn't happen because of diversions, you know, secret diversions, clandestine diversions. This could be somebody you were dealing with, you know. In some cases, it could be you. Yeah, you know, I think in the past there was a situation with annihilation in reverse, you know, where you would have been really upset, but you're kind of taking a different view of it. I think you just sort of pulled your energy back. I think it was difficult when you recognized that somebody wasn't who you thought they were, but it wasn't like the end of your world, you know. It was sort of one of these things where it was like, okay, duly noted, I see you, and now I know that you're not loyal, and I'm no longer willing to hang out here. I'm not going to be your martyr, you know, we're not going to play this game, and I'll pass, you know, I'll pass. You recognize somebody was wasting your time, somebody was just playing games with you, they were never going to fulfill what they said that they were going to do. December 20th might be significant. There could be somebody you know that was born on that day. You could be born on that day. Or there could be something coming up on that day this year. Or might mark an occasion when you kind of took back the reins, took charge of your heart. You didn't let this person like steal your heart. You didn't let this person sour you for other relationships. And maybe, you know, they think that they had that effect on you. Look, we got big hangman energy here. Some of you were dealing with a Pisces, or some of you were dealing with a blind spot. You were dealing with a friend or a loved one who was doing you a little dirty. They could have been a snake in the grass. They had some tricks up their sleeve. And they had a target on your happiness here. You know, we got a little bit of this sort of like Illuminati vibe, like secret society vibe, or maybe it's just a secret table where they say, you can't sit with us. But I don't think you really want to sit with them, you know. I don't think you want to sit with them. And you may be kind of like turning that energy around. You're being a bit of a jester yourself, you know. Maybe they're putting on this act like, oh, woe is me. I'm facing annihilation. I'm your friend. Aren't you going to help me? What about all the loyalty we share with each other? All those times we've shared with each other. Please, I need you to help me. Help me transform this situation. I need you to cut me down. I need you to cut me down. Please answer my call. Help me, Daddy. Please. Hounds of Love. Oh. I don't know what's good for me. I don't know what's good for me. That song. There's something there. You're like, look, nobody's going to get me hung up. You want to get yourself down from there? Well, you got the truth. use it, and use it to set yourself free. Because I think there's some kind of deception here. There's something that wasn't quite right. This person's not happy about getting caught. Look at their face. Well, you know, F around, you're going to find out. F around, you're going to find out. So long. Thanks for the fish. Now you know better, okay? Now you know better, and I know better too, and I'm on lock for my true north. This is somebody maybe, you know, you shared a slice with, you made a homemade pizza with, you hung out for pizza, something like this, okay, that's coming in. Or they might invite you out to pizza, try to renew the link here. We do have some of this kind of energy just overall. Yeah, 11 on the clock. That might be how that comes in, okay? We do have some energy that is coming in here that's whipping back around. I've been noticing it quite a bit in the collective. It's like people cut the cord too soon, and then they're sort of looking at the irreparable damage and thinking, is there some way we can kind of like spin this around so we can make it look like what really happened back there didn't happen back there? Yikes, you know. I thought I had it under control. Now I'm feeling the sting of it. I feel embarrassed. I feel like I'm totally exposed here. And I still got all that sticky stuff on my hands, so there's no way for me to deny it. And I keep kind of pretending like everything's fine, but oh man. This is not what I thought it was, okay? Somebody's in this position with you. Somebody feels like they're caught. That's what I got. Somebody feels like they got caught with their hands in the honey pot and they don't know how to turn the situation around. And I mean, is there even something that can be done to turn it around? I mean, really, you're the one who gets to call the shots about that. And if you've decided no, then there needs to be some kind of acceptance around that, I would say. Yeah, but these people are kind of like bottom feeder kind of energy. They're always trying to figure out how they can get their needs met. And it is coming out. So I'm going to tell you, like, be careful, you know. If you're not wanting to have a kid with this person and they come around, be careful of a night of indulgence, you know, going out camping, maybe you're tripping out a little bit, just for old time's sake, doing a little barbecuing, you know, having a little picnic at the park, you know, going to catch some live music, and then the next thing you know, the apex predator has got its jaws of life around you and you're back in an infinite cosmic mess, man, because now you find out that there's a baby on the way and now you're really tied down. There could be something involved in this situation where there's multiple people involved. I see 3 paths colliding here, and it is an infinite cosmic mess. And at the same time, there's some kind of love here, some kind of love that wants to come in. And maybe it's even just your own heart, you know, that you're wanting to protect here. And I also see, you know, yeah, somebody's wanting a ring on that finger. Somebody's wanting a diamond. Somebody's wanting to secure that through, look at that, looks like a sperm. Getting pregnant, okay? There could be some character attached to the situation that's moving like this. So be aware, you know, just be aware of what you're getting into here, okay? And if you are a woman, do be aware that sometimes, you know, men play these games too. They do. They do. It doesn't happen as often in terms of pregnancy, but sometimes men play those games too. They do. You know? Just when you thought that they pulled out of the scene, then all of a sudden, oh no. No, I forgot something. Oh, oops. 9 months later, you know, you're still there. And you thought it was just going to be a diversion. Yeah, there's a decision to make here. And it's in relation to a particular character here. All right? You need to make a decision. And you really need to use your noggin on this one. Something's become very complicated. I think that's a good place to start. Anything that feels complicated is related to an old, worn out karmic cycle, and it's time to transform it. All right? You've digested this multiple times. You've opened up to this multiple times, and every time it ends the same way, but you got an opportunity here to be a break in that link and activate a little magic in your life to manifest the kind of reality you want to have here. And you'll see your clear way through, a clear signal of this with the new moon in Virgo coming in on the 21st. Interesting energy, Sag. All right, let's go ahead and get one more round here. You're going to need to take this bull by the horns, though. I see this. Because if you don't, Papa Macho, they're just going to keep you in this place of indecision, and you ain't going nowhere, okay? You could be dealing with a really headstrong Taurus. But I feel like you've been biding your time. You've been gathering your strength, and you might surprise this person how you handle matters, how you take charge of matters when they thought that maybe they were in control. I feel like because you've had a searing truth just run right through the center of you that you cannot ignore. There's no way to ignore this, okay? Big, sexy Satan. I mean, maybe, you know, maybe you're deciding to dip into your dark side a little bit, you know. There can be a little bit of this energy here. You know, maybe you dealt with somebody who just, you know, felt like they really had you under their control. Oh my God, I'm ruffled on it here. She's everywhere, man, on the bottom of the deck. That's the basis of the matter. And I think you're like, man, you're cramping. Come on, look at this. Come on. Madam Rufflebonnet, you're cramping big, sexy Satan's whole vibe, man. Like, this isn't gonna work. All right. I feel like you're playing this role, Sag, and I'm not meaning it in any kind of derogatory way when I say you're being big, sexy Satan. I just feel like you're in this place where you're ready to feel yourself again. Yeah, and I do feel like you recognize I need to cleanse this. Like, I need to get rid of this. I need purification. I need to get this person out of my sphere because I know that, you know, they're kind of keeping an eye on me. And in some cases, you may feel like this person has a little bit of envy or that they want to worm their way into something that, you know, is just for you here. We got Aquarian energy connected to this. You could have a strong Aquarian placement. This person could be a Leo rising. That would make them an Aquarius descendant. Okay, just to give you some jump off points, clues. We did have Capricorn come in earlier for you too. Okay. Yeah, but ultimately, this is what's up. I mean, this person plays dumb. They play dumb, and they like to make you feel. Maybe they like to make you feel like that too. They like to make you feel like, you know, you're this badass, you're big, sexy Satan. Maybe they cater to the ego a bit. That's how they worm their way in. And that's how, you know, you end up in that position where you end up going into the flames and it burns, and then you're getting caught up again and asking yourself, how did I end up here? I feel like this is like a little backstory, a little history of this situation. You've been through this multiple times with this person here. And, you know, for a while you were just kind of like letting it kind of be whatever. You didn't want to define it, but now you're starting to recognize that it's having a negative effect on your life. And so you're like, no, it's time to really call this what it is, you know? It's time to call this out too. And wow, like same with Virgo, it came out again, future grandma, okay? Future grandma, future cat lady, you're like, I'm sorry, I'm not the one, right? Masculine coming out really strong in this read. But I could see how this could be, you know, a feminine too. It's just like over it, tired of it. Like, I don't care, I'll be a future grandma. I'd rather just like hang out on my own, do my own thing, have my weird little life, you know, do my little secret wizard shit on my own time. I'll just tell my secrets to the cat because I know I can't trust anybody else, man. The dogs have already done me wrong. The hounds of love are haunting me. And maybe I don't know what's good for me, but I certainly know what's bad for me. Yeah, I know what's bad for me. I'm not confused about that. Look at that, okay, the way it came out. You know that if you were to activate this, it would just be like the same old cycle all over again. And you are not confused about this at all. You already found your way out of the maze. So you have clear thinking here. Let me go ahead and do a cut of the deck. Yeah, it's so funny. You could be connected to a Virgo. There could be a Virgo connected to this situation because they got this too. So long, and thanks for the fish, okay? Fish, there could be a Pisces connected to this situation. Same, just like Virgo, it's really wild, man. You're choosing to go true north. There's something you're transforming here. You're ready to get to the other side of what's been ambiguous or hard to define or confusing. You know, you don't want to be led on some wild goose chase by Madame Rufflebonnet. And I see you're going to flip that up and reverse it. And you're going to make a different choice here. So let's get an overarching theme here for you. 21:22 on the clock. Okay, whatever you're bringing to a close here, could be with a fixed sign energy, could be with a Taurus, a Scorpio, an Aquarius, or a Leo. Whatever you're bringing to a completion here, it's the right choice. There will be a successful outcome here for you. I also see that whatever this is, it puts you in a real powerful position. Could connect you with an Aries or just to help you level up, go to the next level, put you in a stronger position in your life. I think like this character holds you up. Like they delay you, they keep you hanging around, they waste your time. It's like a limiting factor. You're going to realize that once you get some space from this situation. This kind of feels like something that's actively in process, like there's a lot of awareness coming in, there's a lot of old cycles that you're closing out, you're really making some definitive decisions here, and you're coming out of confusion. You know where you're not going. And that's a good start, man. It really is. That's a good start. Yeah. Wow. Just like Virgo, you could be connected to a Virgo. All right. You want the sweetness of the bloom. You're not grasping any thorns. I think that you're just kind of letting something go. You know, it's pointless to sort of like hash it out because anything that's said is just kind of going to be superficial when it comes to this character. Like they'll just tell you what they want you to hear. You know what I'm saying? And I think you have an understanding about that. There's almost like a little bit of a soft spot for this person. Like you have a little of a sense of compassion, maybe because you identify times when you've been in that position yourself here. And I think you're just going to let it go. I don't think you're going to stir up a bunch of drama around it, but you do know that your harvest is elsewhere. And it certainly is coming in with this sweetness and synergy. Okay, overarching theme for Sagittarius, overarching theme for Sagittarius, overarching theme for Sagittarius. What's coming in here for Sag? Bottom of the deck. Invisibility, authenticity, okay? No more cloak of imperceptibility. Everything needs to be up front when you're dealing with this witch. Somebody who holds a lot of fire and they're ready to use it. The earthly weaver of the worlds. It could be you. How do you want to use that fire? Well, look at this. You're also burning a bridge with a certain character here. You should drop in on the Virgo read. Maybe you have a strong Virgo placement. Maybe you're dealing with a Virgo, okay? Because they got similar cards here. They got this too. So you're making a definitive decision. Nope, I'm done with that. We're going to burn that bridge and I'm going to create something new. Compost it. Let's grow something new. All right. You're definitely dealing with like a witchy character here, but I think it's also sort of making you question what is the best way for you to use your power in the situation as well. Let's get a cut of the deck and see what are you weaving into being here, Sag. The underworld. Okay, first, one more dance with the devil under the pale moonlight. I need to extract just a little bit more wisdom from this experience. A little risk for a great big reward. Maybe you feel like you need to settle a score with this witch. You may feel like that, but it's an unnecessary fear. To be honest with you, you should just lay it to rest. But let's see what's behind this. Yeah, man. You should just lay it to rest with Lady de los Muertos here, okay? Because this is about acceptance and equality. It's sort of like, yeah, like you didn't pull anything back there. You know, this is sort of like fair is fair, even Stevens. Somebody named Steven or with the last name is Stevens could be involved in your situation. All right. That's what I got for you. I say just let it ride, man. Looks like you're ready to break on through to the other side, experience something different here. It's up to you. You hold the fire in your hands. What are you going to get cooking there, Sag? Be wise about your next steps. And Godspeed.